Why the hell is the only saving grace for this map the fact that a freaking community modder has so much respect from the community? Yo, what is up? It is your boy Steph Lyon, and today we're reacting to Clark's new video. All players are angry about this. And the thing is, there's a lot of things ARC players are angry about, but what is new and added to the list? Let's react to this and let's give my honest opinion about it.
Astraeos launches to a mixed reception.
Yeah, very
New
mixed.
creatures arrive with love ascended. And everything pointing towards the beer-guzzling Dinotherium to be the next
baby.
ARC edition.
Yes,
You're right, kids,
sir.
it's Clark, and welcome to your regular ARC community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So Community Crunch 445 drops to us, revealing what we already know, of course. Astraeos is here, available now for you to download on every platform available to play it on. And with a giant mix of recipients and how they felt about this launch and how it was delivered. Didn't help that leading up to Astraeos being launched, there was a plethora of issues. Still feels like there are issues with servers at the moment, with apparently rumors that the entire Nitrado network is being hit by very salty mega tribes out there. And like, come on, bro, if that really is the case,
But see, that's the thing. It's like, even when people were DDoSing on PvP servers because they were getting so salty that we were raiding them and whatnot, why are you wrecking the experience for everyone else because something happened to you? That is the most selfish things. So when people are doing it to a whole Nitrado network because they know Nitrado is the base network hosting ARC, it's like, what is wrong with you? But it's never okay to do it. Like, I get why you would think of doing that, but actually going to do it and ruin hundreds of people's days, thousands of people's days for your own benefit, like, come on, grow up. Grow up.
It's just insane that one, that the whole network is being held hostage to some salty player out there, and two, they think they can do this and get away with it. I really hope there's legal ramifications as a result of these attacks that have definitely damaged ARC over the last couple of days. The state of the servers has been pretty appalling, with anybody, especially in the EU, unable to connect to their servers. And if rumors are true and this is the reason why, down to just a mega tribe not happy about them being attacked and deciding to drop the entire network of servers, come on, it's
like,
unreal,
grow up,
it's unthinkable,
man. Grow up,
that
fix up.
even now, so many years,
like, bro, just quit the game at that point. Quit the goddamn game. Go play something else, man. Like, if you're that, so quit the game. Go play Rust, and go tell Rust people to stop raiding you. Go tell DayZ people to stop raiding you. Go do that. A lot of people, a lot of like PvP players, and then don't forget, I'm a PvP player. A lot of PvP players don't understand how easy we have it in ARC. We have it so easy in ARC, bro. Some of the other games out there, PvP is disastrous, bro. Like, it's so cutthroat. And they don't understand how easy we actually have it in ARC, man.
With all the DDoS issues we've had with servers, this is still even worse. How vulnerable servers are to being attacked. It's been happening for a few weeks now.
But then again, it's like, when you're on a game on this like scale, do you host your server with an open company that people are also hosting their servers from? Because when it's open to the public to host their things, the public will find a way to get into the mainframe and to do things to damage everything that server company is hosting. Like, I feel like ARC should have gone offshore or made their own server network, because at the end of the day, using Nitrado for your server hosting is detrimental. If something happens to Nitrado, something happens to ARC.
But just recently, in the lead up to this launch, with the servers being down as much as they have been, of course, set a very rocky, dark road to its launch. And I'm sure Wildcard themselves were probably debating on whether to extend push back the launch of Astraeos. As a result, a lot of angry players were ready and waiting for this one, and of course definitely didn't help tear into the negativity that was responded to the release of this map. Because look, Astraeos, love it. Nakatas, love him. His work's fantastic. There is nobody I have more faith in to deliver.
Exactly. When we're looking at who's going to give us a good map, there is no one on that list that is more reliable than Nakatas. Bottom line, he's more reliable than Wildcard them goddamn selves.
Good, strong, well playable map than Nakatas, perhaps even beyond Wildcard at this point.
Exactly.
And what's available at launch, there's a lot to see and do. It's a giant playable space, even incorporating the teleportation function from Fjorda to help you get around, because there's so much to see on this map. But the elephant in the room is this 35% complete release. I've said up until this point, I completely sympathize and I completely agree. A 35% complete map doesn't feel...
It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel nice. It doesn't feel like it should have been out. That is too incomplete to be put out as a freaking premium map, especially a premium canon supported by Wildcard map. It doesn't feel right.
Feel correct, doesn't feel like a right business practice, and I am concerned for what this might precedent in map launches in the future.
Exactly.
The only saving grace I really truly have with this is the reputation of Nakatis.
But that's the thing. Imagine that we have a map that is coming to the official game, but the only saving grace, the only thing that is keeping people, even me, and some of you guys might say you're an arcader, but anyway, the only saving grace to this map is the fact that I know Nakatis is a freaking daemon. He makes good maps. He does so much. Why the hell is the only saving grace for this map the fact that a freaking community modder has so much respect from the community that we're letting some things slide with wildcards that Wildcard made happen? Some of Wildcard's faults are being let slide because of this one dude has such high rep with us. That is crazy. That should never happen. The game company should always have more of the respect of the players than one person from the community who's just so damn good.
I think in any other capacity, I'd be definitely a lot more critical on this release, believe it or not. I guess a good comparison is perhaps the current giant debate over GTA 6 when that comes out later this year, and everybody's speculating it's going to be priced at the $100 mark. That almost taboo giant price tag that any other game wouldn't get away with. But GTA and its reputation easily justifies
exactly
dive in and purchase because it's GTA, right? The reputation's there,
and that's what it is.
That somehow applies, at least from my perspective.
But then that's what I'm saying. We know that when Rockstar drop a game, the game is mwah. We know when they drop a GTA, it's mwah. So because they have such reputation, not some random community modder not even the guy who made 5M or the guy who makes all people who make mods for all the 5M servers, they don't have such reputation that even if GTA isn't that bad, we're gonna hold up all our beliefs because of that one modder. No, the company has our respect, and that's why they always win. That's why they always break freaking records. Like Wildcard, use your model build your model with the companies that are doing it right, and the people trust them, even if they want to take 20 years to make something for us.
On Astraeos, I'm happy to invest into something that's not fully complete, with the trust that what will come in the future will definitely deliver. But I think what is to be delivered with this map should at least have been offered, create some expectation of what we can find in the future with
there was
this map,
nothing to give us any hope for the future, you know?
We at least know what we can see right here, right now won't change. Don't be worried about building in specific spots and then it changing later on. Nakatis already confirmed that what you can see on and what you can play on will be what it is. And there's a lot in this 35%. There is 6 artifact caves. There is 2 crazy wild bosses to defeat. All of the extinction content that's been roped into it. A few scorched earth creatures, a few extinction creatures, and of course this very controversial Iguana wing. Sorry, not Iguana wing, Maeguana. I'll get it right one day. But for people diving into this that perhaps played the free version, I can definitely see some reservation on whether to tuck in right.
And that's the problem. You see, the one thing about it is, like, I don't know if you guys have watched my streams in the past or anything like that, but when this map came out, you guys were like, Steph, why are you not playing Astraeos? It's out. Why are you not playing it, Steph? What the hell? You're missing out on so much. And I know I said to you guys that I don't necessarily want to play the free version because I want to save my experience for the full version of the game, and I really want to experience this thing in its whole. And then when they said they're releasing it early, I was like, wow, that's great. I can finally experience it in a whole, and it's going to be an official map. Great, perfect. Then 35% completion. I was like, God damn it. And it's like, for me, I love Nakatis, I love his work, so I'm going to pay for it anyway, right? But for everyone else who is playing it on the free version, you're not getting much more. You're not getting much more. And that's the problem. Because if they knew they were going to do this, they should have at least told Nakatis, hey, bro, don't put out the free version just yet. Let us get everything ready, and then we'll announce it, say it's going to be the 35% complete, and it's going to be $15, and we'll put it out that way. But the fact that you let people get a taste of the cake, some people are full. They don't need more cake, and they don't need more cake that's, oh, this part of the cake is kind of like still mushy. It's not really like set yet, but we want you to still pay for it. No, they're not going to pay for it.
Right here, right now, it is, from what I can understand, it is just this Extinction Island being offered in this premium version at launch. Many people will draw that comparison to the free version. What am I actually paying for
one
right
extra
now?
little region?
Which brings us back to why release it at 35% complete? Why did they decide to bring forward that June release date? It seemingly had to offer an incomplete version that obviously a lot of people aren't happy about. At least, I think from my stance, there's perhaps two reasons why. One is that every premium map that we've seen so far, even Svartalfheim that the cart has produced prior to this, was
all unfinished.
This
is the problem with the premium content. This is the problem with the premium content model. And the thing is, we know that Wildcard is also having incentives to push these people to release unfinished maps. Like, it's supposed to be premium. It's supposed to be better, stronger. You know what I'm saying? Why isn't it? It's never like that. Since ASA came out, it's never been like that. It's making us not trust that we're paying for actual things that we want to see finished. The price tags aren't also little. And yes, it's $10 or $15 or $8 here. But after 20, 30 maps are released that are premium maps, it starts to stack up. And before you know it, you've spent $400 an arc. Okay? So yeah, everyone says, oh, but it's only 10. It starts to stack up. After a while, you could have bought a whole new PlayStation. After a while, you could have bought a whole new 4090 freaking RTX, bro. You could have, there's so many things that you're not looking at. Instead of spending that money on these maps, they could have saved the money to buy better components for their PCs, buy a brand new console. So yeah, it stacks up over time. Yes, it's a little bit of money here and there, but it's stacking up for unfinished content, unfinished things.
To see the rest of it later on. And perhaps that wasn't Acartus's intention, and Wildcard
No, I don't think it wasn't.
Fine, we'll agree to that and release it as is. Or there is some real money issues behind the scenes.
There is some real money issues.
This is just another opportunity to drive forward a bit of income quick and early on. Either way, as I've said, I'm very cautious on supporting this type of business practice. Whilst we had something that was incomplete in the past, Ragnarok, which is a great comparison there, that was incomplete. That was a free map. So
again, I just made a video. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. That's my review on the map. I said a lot of people are gonna say, well, no one could play like this when Ragnarok came out. Ragnarok was free. Yes, Ragnarok was unfinished, but Rag was free. This is not free.
You can't really compare the two anyway.
Exactly.
The only justification I've got with this release is Acartus and his reputation, and that really is truly all it is. So
I feel
anybody
so bad
outside
for Acartus,
of understanding Acartus and Acartus's work, I can completely understand and resonate with. But that's definitely not stopped official adoption. There was 100 slot servers all dropped last night, and instantly all full with Wildcard needing to drop a wealth more servers, especially.
But now, see all the effort and things they're dropping with this new map, when we still don't even have spaces on regular maps, Extinction, and all these other maps aren't working, yet they're doing all of this. And it's like a lot of people are bypassing all the issues on Extinction because they have a little bit of extra money to spare to get ahead of the curve by jumping to this map that offers similar things to Extinction. And it's just not really fair. It's kind of underhanded for Wildcard to do this.
To satisfy official PvE and of course official PvP. But with this launch, good grief, there were so many issues. Unfortunately, I believe it was related to the hope of moving your save from the free version to the premium version and having the two conflicting maps. But a lot of people, including myself at launch on Steam, couldn't play it. It was unavailable.
Oh, I couldn't play Astraeos. I didn't play it beforehand. I still couldn't play it. It kept crashing. Every time I tried to log in, I was like, bro, I don't even have a save on this map.
And it took another patch to resolve that, as well as server hosting. I hear there's a lot of steps if you want to play the free version now. Just look at the steps here. If you were attempting to play this last night, a lot of explanations being offered to explain exactly how to get around these black screen issues on Xbox and on PlayStation. Different ways around them to close the app, press options, manage game content, install stuff. It was definitely very, very confusing in this launch, and again dampened what could have been a fantastic release. And then there was this thing, the arrival of a creature. I was very excited to check out and very excited to see delivered.
Yes, Raz. Yes, you were.
Ascended,
yes.
But there was a massive, and still is a massive plethora of criticism over this creature, which really does get me kind of sitting here baffled on how can you win in this scenario, because the giant major criticism leading up to Astraeos' launch was there was no new creature being offered.
Keyword, no new creature.
With this map, and then I guess Wildcard heard that feedback and decided to rush bringing something in that a lot of you out there have been asking for a while, asking to see the Maywing in particular being reintroduced to Ark, and Wildcard listened. They brought it in.
No, they didn't listen. They lazied out. Okay, at the end of the day, this map is 35% complete, okay? The Maywing, we probably were going to say, we want it now, but we're probably not going to get onto like the Genesis, right? We want a new dino to come out with this new map. The map is 35% complete. Sorry guys, we can't give you a new dino at launch, but when the map is getting to 50% release, we're going to give us a little bit more time to make a new dino that's going to fit this map, you know, going to pull something out of the Greek mythology and drop it into the game and drop it into the map, and it's going to be your new dino. It's just not going to come right now, but we are going to work on it. Cool. Personally, cool. Oh, we're going to just reskin the Maywing and call it a new dino and be happy with it. Here's your new dino. Did you not learn from the Pyro Man?
Yes, obviously reskinned version of the creature, which now has, as we've seen, leading up to a giant wave of criticism on it just being a skinned creature and it just being a creature that everybody wants and now makes Astraeos a pay-to-win map. So in this scenario, I just don't understand how anybody
It's a pay-to-win.
There's a creature, we've been given it. I agree, it's definitely going to tarnish the Maywing when that comes with Gen 2, but I'm very happy I don't have to wait until Gen 2 for that.
But we didn't have to give us the same thing reskinned. Even if they brought a new dino that imagine they, I don't know, brought some kind of cow that milks your baby for it. That seems a little bit more reasonable, right? But just to reskin the freaking Maywing and call it a day, it's a little bit ludicrous.
That to arrive, though I agree this is only accessible within a paid map, though worth noting anybody who doesn't own
you don't own the map, you don't get it.
Spawn this in on their server, or can get somebody to bring this back from Astraeos and mate and carry on their babies to have their own Maywings, iguana Maywings, whatever the wings things called. And those out there that don't agree with this, the Maywing's coming out to you with Gen 2 when that does in the future.
It is coming
equally,
out.
I can see, now I've got this thing, why do I want a Maywing?
Why do you want a Maywing? Exactly. So now it's like no one's looking forward to the Maywing anymore. The Maywing is just off the rip. Same way the fact that this has more wyvern trenches, it's like Ragnarok was one of the best. There's 2 wyvern trenches in Rag. It's so light, so lit. You can go to the 2 trenches. Why would you care that much about wyvern trenches in Ragnarok with the good egg locations and things? This map has wyvern trenches. This map is taking and pulling things that are giving some of the other maps a little bit more anticipation. It's taking those away. So the anticipation is also being taken away, you know?
Maywing at all, there won't be. It's a lose-lose situation, it seems, or a win-win situation, depending on whichever way you look at this. Me personally though, I'm very happy to see this in the game. Super excited. This is the best starter creature by far. This is the best traveling creature by far. Great to see this early on rather than waiting a whole year or so for the Maywing to arrive, and I'm glad something was rushed out to offer a variant of the Maywing this early on. And I guess the criticism that it's going to face as a result, it's got to be accepted. Though for anybody that's disagreeing, I'd love to understand or hear, what would you have preferred? Would you have preferred Astraeos not releasing with a creature at all?
I would have preferred it not releasing with a creature at first, with the addition of them saying we are going to release a creature once the map is a little bit closer to completion. We're going to put the creature in this certain zone. I wouldn't have mind, I don't think anyone would have minded if we got another creature that did, I don't know, because I think the big thing about the Maywing is there's 2 things. The fact that it's so versatile at moving around, you know? And then also the fact that it helps you raise your babies. If they added a creature that had only one of those two abilities, I think we would have been perfectly okay with it. And I think the ability that everyone really wanted was the milking and baby raising ability. If they had created something that had that baby raising capability and added it into the map as the new thing, that would have made more sense. I feel like people would have been a little bit more like okay with that as a new way to get that. But the fact that they just went ahead and reskinned the same thing, giving us the same abilities, and it basically looks the same with a little bit less platypusness. And the thing at the end of the day, if this was the original Maywing, I feel like we would have liked this better because it's a flying lizard, right? I know we have flying squirrels, but we don't have flying platypuses. The real Maywing is a flying platypus. We don't really have those, I don't think. But this is a flying lizard. We kind of have stuff like that. This would have been a lot better to be the primary Maywing, but the fact that they're doing it this way is the reason people are mad.
And with it, the arrival of Love Ascended, a lot of rates, a lot of things to do. We talked about this last weekend. Chocolate boxes are the best feature in the game all year round, improving the health on all creatures, refilling their health, and of course 50% imprints as well. With this being the new arrival of this version of Love Ascended, the Lovebird, that's simply a iteration of the Featherlight that you know from Aberration. That doesn't seem to be offering any more than another creature you can kill, though once interacted with it will scare it away and try to flee. And if you missed last year, this event brings back the love bugs too, though these ones aren't exactly as friendly as the lovebirds. If provoked, will definitely attack you and attack you pretty hard, so be prepared if you're attempting to take on a love bug. Which leaves us with a bit of a rocky launch of both this event and Astraeos. I did note that the devs are planning to extend the event as a result to compensate for all of the downtime on official servers.
So much downtime.
These rates that you got.
But it wasn't all their fault. I feel like we can say it wasn't all their fault. And I know it's hard for people to understand that, but it wasn't all their fault, especially with the downtime of the servers.
Going on, at least expect a few more days tacked onto the original advertised dates. And here's looking forward to Astraeos development, at least from a content perspective. I have found myself kind of wondering, what do I want to cover with this? The free version, there was so much to talk about with that on release. There's seemingly anything actually else. New. While there's some great variations and attempts at tackling a bunch of extinctions mechanics, such as the OSDs and element veins and their corrupt variations, which all look amazing, by the way, it's still stuff we already know. And from a guy perspective, as a content creator, it's kind of tough to figure out what is there to talk about that's cool, fresh, and new to this. So I'm kind of wondering what we'll see down the road for this. Either way, if you're looking for an adventure, you can't go wrong.
Definitely.
It's
so much
definitely brimming with it. It's got a lot of it, and just a wonder, is there enough of it in the premium version versus the free version at launch?
No.
But something hopefully that will arrive for free, the Dinotherium, the beer-guzzling elephant that was part of Arc Editions made by Garuga back in ASE and is now available as a mod in ASA, is apparently rumored to be the next creature being brought into Ark Survival Ascended. It's been noted to be in the official Ark dev kit currently at the moment in its recent build, though no actual decent screenshots to share with you.
But at least we know it's coming out.
Prove otherwise. But if this is anything to go on, seeing that it is within the dev kit at the moment, it would suggest that the devs are working on bringing this one in soon. So it's possible all the speculation on things like the Concavinator and the Krylo may be completely wrong, and this will be the next creature you find being added to
the Dinotherium are
and a great creature at that, offering a bunch of different supportive mechanics, a very varied creature, a very strong creature, a nightmare to tame. You're going to want that beer. Getting prepared with this one without a doubt. And another support mechanic is another support mechanic. Who doesn't want something new, creating new buffs for your boss runners or PvPers in the future of Ark.
Again, it's like purposely I held off playing the map because I wanted to play more closer to its completion and on its premium version. And the fact that the premium version came out and is basically the same as the non-premium version, it kind of sucked because I was expecting to have a lot more to play through and to actually experience the map in its whole, and I can't do that. So yeah, they should have held back. It's not a thing of we needed to rush it in any way, shape, or form. I feel like even the release of Ragnarok before this map would have been okay, because Ragnarok would have given us a few of the things, like we got griffins, we would have got more wyvern trenches, and then this map would have come out with more wyvern trenches and this new dino. I know we wanted to, I don't think anyone would still be happy about this new dino, but I feel like it would be a little bit less because we're still going to be on the awe of, oh, we just got griffins anyway, so we have another sky mobility dino, you know? So it's just a little bit annoying that they had to go and push this out so early when it was unfinished. We shouldn't have to rely on the fact that we like Nikata so much that we are going to cut Wildcard slack. It's annoying. It is really annoying. I don't like it. The wildcards, they need to be smarter. This is not a good business model because so many people don't want to buy the map because you're offering nothing. The map is offering nothing to them. And by the time the map is finished or ready to be at a thing where it's like, okay, guys, 80% or 90% of the content is in the map, there might be like 4 new maps out. People won't want to go back and go find this map and buy this map and do it again, you know? So you're losing yourself money because you're rushing things. And I know, yeah, finances are bad right now, but this is not the way to go because you're building a very unstable bridge between company and customer, and it's going to fall apart very soon. And I hate it because there's so much potential. This map, it's really nice, it's really beautiful. The only major problem is it's not finished. Let me know what you guys think about it. It's just it's a weird one, man, but hey, what can we do? Wildcard seems to want to play this game. Let's see how long it lasts, and let's see how long it works for, because it's getting really rough now. If you did like this video, you saw this was a video made by Rasclark. Make sure to go check it out on his channel as well. If you like my little input here and there, make sure to like, subscribe over here as well, and I'll see you guys on the next one.